Hey, I'm Dungeon Master Josh Lindquist. Today let's talk about session zeros. Very, very important. A session zero is where instead of jumping right into your first story with your characters, you make sure all of your players have their characters built up, and you go over what the campaign is going to be. You want to cover tone, kind of any backstory stuff your characters are going to need, any world setting things that they would know going in. But the most important thing is working with each of your players to make sure that their characters are complete and ready to start playing. This is really important if you're playing over video chat or playing remotely, making sure everyone has their character sheets set up and whatever rolling systems you're using. You don't want any technical issues or any confusion when you go into play for your first session. So it's really important with session zero to get all those ironed out, get your characters all ready to rock and roll, and then just make sure that everyone's on the same page with what kind of campaign you're going to run. Does everyone understand the tone? Is everyone cool with that? Kind of get a gauge of what your players want from you so that you can provide that as a DM. I think that's really critical. I have one game with new players who are not super into role playing. And so for their campaign, I thought it would be good to make it more whimsical and lighthearted, and they were really into that idea. Whereas I have another game with players who are a little more experienced, and I said, we're going to go for a darker, more epic fantasy tone. And they were super into that. So I kind of, covered what kind of enemies they're going to be encountering, what kind of themes they're going to be encountering, so they can start thinking of their character navigating that world. So session zeros are super important with communicating with your players and setting yourself up as a success as a DM. Setting yourself up for success as a DM. You know what I mean to say. If you guys have any other questions about what to do during your session zeros or what things to cover, put it in the comments. I'd be happy to talk about it more. Thanks so much for checking out Quick DM Tips.